Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled amidst rolling hills and lush greenery, there lived a young woman named Amelia. She was 18 years old, with long chestnut hair and eyes that sparkled like emeralds. Amelia had moved to this town from Germany 3 years ago, seeking a new start after the untimely death of her mother, whose passing had left a deep void in her heart. Amelia's father and grandmother had brought her to the town, hoping that the change of scenery would help her heal from the trauma of her mother's death. However, little did they know that Amelia was carrying a burden far heavier than grief alone. From the outside, Amelia appeared like any other teenager, quiet, polite, and somewhat reserved. But beneath her calm demeanor lurked a secret that even she wasn't fully aware of. Amelia's father often noticed peculiar behaviors in her. She would sometimes act like a child, expressing a desire to be loved and cared for like a little girl. Other times, she would deny doing things that were clearly witnessed by others, like stealing money or belongings from her family members. One day, during a routine visit to a local clinic, Amelia's world turned upside down. The doctor, a kind and observant soul named Dr. Bennett, noticed something unusual during their conversation. It was as if he was speaking to two different people, a mature young woman and a childlike persona. As Dr. Bennett delved deeper into Amelia's history, he uncovered a pattern of dissociation, a phenomenon where different parts of a person's identity take control of their behavior and consciousness. He realized that Amelia was suffering from dissociative identity disorder, formerly known as multiple personality disorder. Amelia's dissociative identity disorder had likely developed as a coping mechanism to deal with the trauma she had experienced throughout her life. The loss of her mother, her distant relationship with her father, and the emotional neglect she felt from her family had all contributed to the fragmentation of her identity. Dr. Bennett's diagnosis shed light on Amelia's behaviors, her sudden shifts in personality, her memory lapses, and her struggles with self-identity. He explained to her and her family that dissociative identity disorder was a complex but treatable condition, requiring patience, understanding, and therapy to integrate the different parts of her identity. As Amelia embarked on her journey towards healing, supported by her loving family and compassionate therapist, she began to unravel the layers of her inner world. With each therapy session, she gained insights into her alternate personalities, the childlike innocence, the rebellious teenager, and the wounded soul seeking love and acceptance. Through therapy, Amelia learned to recognize and communicate with her alternate identities, understanding that they were not separate entities, but parts of herself that needed acknowledgement and healing. With time and effort, she started to integrate these parts, finding a sense of wholeness and self-acceptance she had never known before. The story of Amelia's journey with dissociative identity disorder was not just about overcoming a mental health condition. It was a tale of resilience, self-discovery, and the healing power of love and support. In a world where stigma and misunderstanding often shroud mental disorders, Amelia's story was a reminder that, with compassion and understanding, even the most complex challenges could be faced and conquered.